Times playoff, what do they call it? Picture page up. There is no game in the NFL over the next 3 weeks that has the Bills, like it not going the Bills' way. It isn't greater than, you know that little shape, the greater than shape? 99%. The Bills are more than 99% to make the playoffs. What is that? What would you call that? A little sideways V?
The greater than symbol.
Yeah, but not everybody would know what that means. So greater than 99% to make the playoffs, no matter what happens in any single game between now and the end of the season. 10.5. Is this a Sabres day?
No.
Still no? Not even with that? It's just too late in the football season?
I don't know.
To be a Sabres day?
I mean, maybe. It is.
Give me a scenario where the Bills would miss the playoffs. Like, what is the worst thing?
Lord, yeah.
3 losses, right? Cleveland, Philadelphia, Jets. Now I'm at 91. What, Indianapolis has to win out?
I think in order to get caught.
All right, let's go. Indianapolis wins against Jackson, San Francisco, Jacksonville.
They're 2 back, so they could pass you if they won all 3 and the Bills lost all 3.
Okay. 3 Colts wins, 3 Bills losses. I'm at 14%. Now we're talking. Like that's bad.
Right.
2 Colts wins, 3 Bills losses. Going into the finale, Colts-Texans, the Bills are at 79%. Nobody else is relevant, I think. Miami's out. Kansas City's out. AFC North runner-up is not important. The Bills have already beaten both of them.
Right.
So it's really just like a Colts. This is like the Wade Phillips moment.
Although the Steelers the Steelers have the same record as the Colts. So,
but you've beaten the Steelers.
You have, right? But they could still win 3, and you could lose 2. But they can't win 3 if both. Yeah, no, there's no way both of those teams. Right, both teams can't get there.
That's right. They play each other in Week 18. This is the Wade Phillips moment. 3 weeks to go. What do you think of your chances? What does he say? Well, come on.
We're pretty much out of it.
We're pretty much out of it.
Pretty much out of it.
And it was the Colts.
Yes, that's right.
Who won in, and they maybe beat the Bills along the way in that Monday night game.
That was fun. Wade's comment about being pretty much out of it was in advance of that Colts game.
Yeah, and the Colts made it.
They did. Right.
2000.
Okay, sure.
The Bills had one of their all-time greatest offensive days in that last game in Seattle.
Flutie and Molds.
Flutie at Seattle. Like that is, I mean, maybe the franchise record for first downs, points, yards, everything.
Saturday night?
Maybe a Saturday night, because that's when the good teams play.
I feel like I remember being in here I was working pregame in those years, and I remember doing pregame before a night game, I think.
Okay. I want to say 42-23, but I'm not sure. So even like, last week, I went into how the game really wasn't that important.
The New England game.
Yes.
Sure.
And I got some pushback on that. The Bills win it. They're still alive for the division because they won. And now we have this game where they're huge favorites and almost definitely in the playoffs anyway. If they lose this game to Cleveland, I mean, imagine, right? But if New England wins in Baltimore on Sunday night and the Bills lose, then I need what? Both New England losses?
You would need both the division games that they have left.
That's not likely.
Yeah, no, that is not likely. And and Denver. Like if we're thinking about the one still, I mean,
that would be dead.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because Denver is 2 ahead of you now.
All right. Well, I just want to try to find the most interesting thing here.
It could be. I don't know how much. The thing that makes me reluctant to say it's a hockey day is just I don't really trust that the attention is really there. I think it is one of these games.
I like that.
Where I think if you're a longtime Sabres fan that's been sort of burned out and just arm's length and like, okay, autonomy, we'll spend to the cap, we're going to sign Tuck, or we want to sign, whatever. All the stuff Jarmo Kekalainen had to say today. This group of players, I would almost guarantee this. I don't know how significant a portion of the fan base feels this way about tonight's game, but I'll bet it's more than a few are thinking they're just gonna let us down tonight. We're all excited. New guy, 3-game win streak. Let's get in the race, right? The GM says he thinks they can make the playoffs, and I think I'm in this group. I want to get there on that, but I can't really sell it to anyone and say it loudly on the radio and with authority. Say like, get behind him. Tonight's big. It's big. Tonight's big, because I just feel like in a spot where they've got your attention, and I think they've got fans' attention because of what they did, finally relieving us all of the Kevin Adams situation. When they've got you and you start thinking, okay, maybe that's when they lose 4-1 and it's lifeless, and like we hear about like, well, we had some good chances or whatever. Like I need to see them get through tonight with a good effort and a win before I'm ready to talk about any night being a hockey night. Honestly, until football's over.
That's a lot. I think you speak for a lot of people right there.
It just is really hard to invest in. No one wants to feel like a chump, and getting excited about them usually is, it's a nonstop train to Chumpville. You're just you're just going.
I feel like I'm in a Dr. Pepper ad.
Once you're on it, right? Once you're on it, you can't get off. You just get dumped off, and here you go. Oh, hey, look at all the chumps. Nice to see you, chumps. Want to go get a beer at the Chump Bar?
Well, really, that's sort of every post-game Sabres get-together for a decade.
Right.
I mean, not all of them. You either lose and you have that, or you win and you realize, oh, it doesn't really matter. They had the 10-game winning streak. That was nice. That was a nice illusion back then. Paul's point about this can be on the table here. How many games in a row what kind of a hot streak they need to get on to get in the race? I'm not somebody who thinks they need to win like literally 10 games in a row to do that. But one of the points in his favor, if you will, in that respect, is when they go 3 games in a row or 3 nights in a row without playing at all, and then you're sort of like grasping for the ladder. You're in the water and you can't reach the ladder to get back on the boat, and you don't have a chance to catch up. And that's been the case since Sunday. They have not played. So tonight would be, their first chance to make up some ground.
I mean, I don't, Paul, I've been working with Paul a long time, and I don't know him to say things for effect. So, but I also think, you don't need to win 10 in a row. What you need is a couple of stretches where you win 4 out of 5. So 8 out of 10, something like that. Like you can, win tonight, lose a game, and then just go win 3 more in a row, and you're probably going to make up some ground. Now you got to do that more than one time, probably, just because of so much traffic in front of you. But I think it can be done without some incredible monumental win streak. But you need a hot streak of some kind. Whether, again, it's 10 in a row wins or 8 out of 10 is more, I think can work too.
Are they on one?
Well, they've won 3 in a row.
Is that a hot streak? I mean, are they on a hot streak?
It could be the start of one.
Because these kinds of things, not every night do you have to be dominant or look like an awesome team, right? These 3 games, you saw more of them than I did, but Vancouver, they got buried in shots and they won by a goal. Seattle was fine. Edmonton before Vancouver was an overtime win where they had a 3-0 lead, gave up a goal like 1 second into the third period and 1 second from the end of the third period, but still won the game. That's all right. I bet if you went back to 06-07 when they started 10-0, there was a famous Flyers game in there, by the way, but not all those games would look like they were just incredible. They would just sort of bang out a couple of wins in there.
Right.
So that's how it should work. Flyers tonight, Islanders Saturday, then to Jersey on Sunday, Ottawa. The division is just really like this.
Right, it keeps shuffling. Detroit got off to a hot start. Then they were down out of a playoff spot, and now they're back in first place. Everything is still
first place.
Really tight. I mean, it's 9 points from last to the top, which it's not nothing. That's growing as we're going. I mean, it was a month ago maybe that gap was 6 points. maybe.
I don't need first.
No, you don't. No,
I need third.
probably. Yeah.
I need third.
Yeah.
39. I'm at 32. Well, there are a lot of home games coming up. This one, Saturday, and then into January. You have 5 in a row there. We'll see what the Sabres can put down tonight against Philadelphia.